Welcome back to Off Pitch. We are here looking at the latest in the world of sports, and then of course we are looking at the state of Kenyan football, and we are privileged this evening to be having the 2024 FKF Presidential candidate Mr. Tom Alila with us in studio. Mr. Tom Alila, the last time we were with you in studio was about 2-3 years ago. You are back here again to talk about the game you love. Let's start with Gor Mahia. They're playing Shabana tomorrow. You've heard the coach, your coach, saying he knows how they play. They don't play a good game. They just kick the ball and follow it. But Shabana on the other side are saying, we are going to collect the money from your fans, and also we are going to take the 3 points and narrow even the race for the title race.
Yeah, it's going to be a very big match tomorrow.
Yes.
I think the only concern is the security countermeasures. Shabana said they're at home. They said they will only allow probably 4 stands for Gor Mahia. And Gor Mahia said that they are coming in full swing. So I think in the pre-match meeting, they need to sort out this matter so that there is no clashes. When they come, you know, they come in full force.
Yes.
So, and there's been a lot of political heat down that side.
Yeah.
So we are urging them to keep peace. And since Shabana is home, Gor Mahia fans will be there in full swing. And we expect a good match. I think security measures is a must tomorrow.
And then when you look at that game, Shabana are coming into this fixture having had about 4-5 wins in a row. They haven't dropped a point. This other side, Gor Mahia are looking at the only team that dented their good run was against FC Talanta. And then they've had a shaky technical bench issues. There are certain points players have also been blamed. But then again, they rose in the Mozartbet Cup, getting into the semis. They had one league game they won, and now they have to beat Shabana to go top of the table. That game, they have to win it. Yeah,
they must win the game because that's what will propel them to the top. If they get those 3 points, they will be topping the league. And Shabana is also not a pushover.
Yes.
They have many fans coming to watch the match. So it's not a walk in the park. So God must put his house in order to make sure that they win this match.
Exactly, and you have to give it for how football has had a new breath. You talked about football machinani in your campaign last year. You were a champion for football, going down to Gusii, going down to Kisumu, being at Raila Odinga Stadium in Homa Bay, and also going as far as Kwale, and just different parts of this country, so that football is not centralized in Nairobi. Are you seeing that in this new federation?
They are 6 months down on the job, and they have a lot of the tray is full for them.
Yes.
We have Chan coming up very soon. Is a CAF competition. We have also Chan is normally the precursor for AFCON.
Yes.
So they entered when the leagues are going on. They also entered when Starlets and all these competitions are going on. Under 20 that played in Morocco. I think they did very well,
yes.
In my opinion. Even though the group that they are in is tough, but they have done very well.
Exactly.
And that's why in my campaign manifesto, I said that development of football must be done in schools. This under 20 came from school. Even the Starlet, they are from school. As I said, we only have these kids normally for 120 days.
Yes. The
rest of the time in the year they are in school. So development must be done from there if Kenya wants to prosper. Schools are the best. That's where development should be done. FIFA says that the golden age for molding talent is at 9 years.
Yes.
So it should be done in schools. Yeah, the referees should be teaching the people the game. The coaches should be identifying talent so that we can move ahead.
And then, of course, you have to give it to our boys. This is a game they were winning it. Were it not for the VAR and just maybe a little bit of errors here and there, yeah, they were winning this game. Yeah,
they started with the first 2 goals on our side until much later. They are really good. I'm very proud of them, and the coach is also doing a very good job. I think it's a good team for the future. And I know they are playing Tunisia, yes, tomorrow. Yes. Tunisia is tough. They were beaten by Nigeria, and then we'll play Nigeria too.
Yes.
For me, that group there is to give them motivation so that they can be able to do well in future. But so they are tough teams that they are going to meet, but the boys are in really good shape.
Exactly. When you talk about the boys being in good shape and even the goals that we scored in this game, we are the only side that had clear build-up goals and goals that had structure and formula played. You have to give it to the technical bench led by Salim Babu, Anthony Aquila and Geoffrey Solodwar.
Yeah, they have all the kudos.
Yes.
And more so, we want to also thank the government for putting these preparations in. They put in all that they could. And the boys are really doing well. The government has really been very supportive in the national teams because even you saw in the girls' starlets, they have been doing very well. Exactly. And they also came from schools.
Yes.
So that's where this is the right place to go now. We need to support them and we move on like that. They're doing a good job.
Exactly, and when now you look at tomorrow, we are playing Tunisia. Tunisia are coming wounded already, beaten 1-0 by Nigeria.
Yes.
And then, of course, Kenya was also narrowly beaten by Morocco. And both teams are looking at winning that fixture. Are you giving Kenya a clean bill of health to go ahead and just challenge and just maybe get first win from this tournament?
100%. As I said, the boys are very good. And I hope tomorrow they win that match. Even though Tunisia is a tough team, yes, technically. But we're also good now. We are getting there. And the boys, they have the zeal to win the match tomorrow.
Also, where should we put this team as far as the prediction for? Are you seeing us getting into round of 16? Are you seeing us going to... Remember, the president told them, if you want me to come to Egypt, then get to the final. Can we get to the final? I
think they have the president message in their minds. Even you saw when they were playing against Morocco. I think they will. I have so much faith in them. Yeah.
Exactly. And tomorrow at 6 p.m. local time, Kenya will be playing Tunisia at the AFCON Under-20 Championships that are currently underway in Cairo, Egypt. Remember, Kenya played first game against Morocco, losing 3-2. What can the Kenyan boys, what can the Rising Stars do against Tunisia, who also lost 1-0 against Nigeria? Will be playing later on into next week. And then, of course, the big story this week that has really broken the hearts of so many and the fans of Muhoroni youth is that FIFA has directed FKF to relegate that is Muhoroni youth from the National Super League to Division 1 after investigations were found to be true of being involved in match manipulation. The FIFA Dispute Tribunal released a letter yesterday, and from that it means the National Super League side, that is Muhoroni youth, will have to play in the Division 1 according to FIFA directives. And FKF CEO Ndege yesterday also acknowledged that the FKF is going to work hand in hand with the governmental authorities to ensure that match fixing is rooted out in Kenyan football. Mr. Alila, how did you receive the news of Muhoroni youth being found guilty of match fixing?
Yeah, I was expecting it. I think it's time Adagala now style up. It's been a very inherent problem, especially when they play in Muhoroni. The league's match fixing is real, and we are asking the federation now that they have the government here. They need to now consult the the MPs, yes, so that they can put this statute to sort out this issue of match fixing in the police act. Because even if you catch them doing this, the court will, there's normally no proof.
Yes.
And they will be let go because we don't have in our statute issues to deal with match fixing. But it's a big problem. I think the FKF president has his work cut out to sort out this problem. With the betting farms, you know, so many things are in play. That's why we push for these clubs to have independent funding.
Yes.
So that they can be paying their players in good time. But funding, you know, is a problem because of the structures of how these teams are formed. Yeah.
When you talk about now the way forward for Muhoroni youth, do they accept going to Division 1 and then they start building from there and promise that they are not going to betray the game again coming up?
I think they still have a fighting chance to appeal.
Yes.
Since now the directive has come from FIFA,
yes,
it's very sad that they have been relegated to Division 1. But I appeal to Adagala to now, football is about fair play, and he should be able to adhere to those rules so that his team, he's come far with this team, Muhoroni Youth. I'm the one who brought Muhoroni Youth in the league when we started in 2013. Yes. And they have risen until they have played even to Kenya Premier League, top tier league. Yes. But when you have these incidences coming up, it's really bad for the team and also bad from where we are coming from.
There you have it, Mr. Tom Alila calling it the way it should be. We are here talking about state of Kenyan football and also looking at other topical sports stories that are happening today and also tomorrow. We are taking a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll be looking at Kenyan preps as far as the CHAN 2025 is concerned. Welcome back to our off-pitch. We were talking before we came here, we were talking about CHAN preps, and we are waiting for CHAN 2025 that will be held in Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And of course, the guy to help us now analyze our progress as far as infrastructure is concerned. As far as Kenya's preps, he has looked at the teams playing all across the country, that is at club level, the local teams and the players, and their preparations. There is none other than Mr. Tom Alila. Mr. Tom Alila, looking at now, we got the chance to be hosting CHAN, which will be a pilot for AFCON 2027. We are having Nyayo and Kasarani that were the stadium earmarked for that tournament. Talanta will be for AFCON. You've had an opportunity to see the progress both for Nyayo, you've been there watching games, and then of course Kasarani. What do you think of our preparations for so far? Are we really ready to host CHAN 2025?
Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank the President, His Excellency Honorable Ruto. I think he's put his forward. He has put his foot forward, yes, so that this tournament takes place. This is a CAF tournament, and it's a tournament where local players are supposed to be now shining and taking advantage of it. Yes. There will be no international players who will be playing in CHAN. But as far as preparations are concerned, Nyayo Stadium, I think, is now almost complete. We played the other day. I think there are 3 matches that have been played there. They've done a good job, except a few issues on the terraces and the gates that needs to be sorted out. But as far as I'm concerned, we have the very able chairman, that is Musonye. Yes. Musonye is a very knowledgeable sports administrator. He worked in Sekafa. He's been in this CAF for a very long time. Yes. I think it was a good choice to be put as a chairman of local organizing committee. And that's why we are urging FKF. There's been complaint that they are not attending these LOC meetings. They need to, because they are the owners of this football. FKF owns football in Kenya. Yes. But the tournament is for CHAN. They really need to be attending this meeting so that we have a good tournament coming. Is a chance that has to be for all football stakeholders and players who play in the local leagues. Yes. It's their time to shine. Exactly. And we expect to have a very good tournament. The President has also gone ahead and paid the 1.6 billion through the Ministry of Sports. Uganda has also paid their part. Tanzania was delaying, but I'm sure they are going to pay. Yes. So it's now obvious that we are going to have this CHAN tournament. And I think the local organizing committee and FKF, they should be able to, with their different committees, we should be able to have very good organization, security issues. It will be a big thing for Nairobi City. I think the governor for Nairobi should be also participating in this. Yes. So that we have a clean city. Surrounding security measures are have been taken into place, and players are safe. So we are ready. I think we are very much ready. The Minister for Sports has taken this as a priority, yes, to make sure that everything runs smoothly. The Minister, Mr. Mvuria, is on top of things for CHAN to take place. CHAN is normally a precursor for AFCON.
Yes.
It's to test how Kenya is going to hold AFCON. In a few, I think AFCON will be followed after, AFCON will follow after CHAN.
Yes.
And we are doing Pamoja bid, you know. The bid is for, we are going to host with Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda.
Exactly.
It will be one of the biggest tournaments to ever take place, with almost 52 million supporters watching and following.
Exactly,
So,
yeah.
So I think the preparation, Talanta Stadium, I can see it's being done 24 hours and big progress is being made. And we're going to have a very good facility for the first time on Kenyan soil, yes, to hold AFCON. It's a big honor.
Exactly. And talking about this being a big tournament for East Africa, big tournament for Kenya, you were at Nyayo Stadium when we played Gabon. That was a massive turnout by Kenyan football fans, despite being punished by Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and losing 2-1. There is a good environment for Kenyan football to grow. The fans have started coming back to the stadium, and CHAN should be our tournament to hold the trophy and let it be here in Kenya.
Yeah, I think it's also good for the federation that they have come in at a good time when there's now goodwill, where fans expect them to make sure that it works, yes, for them. So they need to really be, they really need to put a priority, because the goodwill for Kenyans are there. You've seen they show up in very big numbers to come and support. And I'm sure they're going to show even in very big numbers to support the teams that will be participating in CHAN. So they have their job cut out. All Kenyans want them to succeed. That's why I urge the president of FKF, yes, to now to sit on that seat now and make sure that things, that's what he was elected, yes, for, to make sure that funds return and football in Kenya grows. And we are all supporting him.
Exactly. Talking about supporting him, the first move they made was to bring Benny McCarthy.
Yes.
Everyone who has come here, who is in the football fraternity, I've always asked them, what do you take out of his performance so far? How he is, his background. He comes from the team that you support, Manchester United. He was a striker coach over there. He came to Kenya as the main coach. First game we drew with Gabon with Gambia in Ivory Coast, and then at home we were beaten by Gabon. What do you make of his performance in these two fixtures, and then looking into the future and CHAN coming up?
I think he got the team, the national team, when it was under Francis Kimanzi. I think Kimanzi did a very good job. Yes. The coach now needs to acclimatize with the team to know where the weaknesses and the strength are. I think we did very good fielding when they were with the help of Kimanzi, because he came in when the acting Harambee Stars coach was with the team. So
you didn't want Fira to be there. You really didn't want Fira to be the national team coach.
No, all I keep on saying that we need to support these local coaches.
Yes.
Francis Kimanzi has got a Class A, yes, and Class B UEFA rating.
Yes.
He's one of the best coaches that you can, and we have 3 of them. So we need to, as a country, we need to support these local coaches so that they can show their course, you know, their case in football. We have so many, we have trained Class A, B, C, D, where are they? We keep on bringing on these foreign coaches, but anyway, that will be a topic for another day.
Yes.
But McCarthy has his work cut out. He needs to blend with the team, acclimatize, and get the best out of it. Because right now, technically, we are off in the World Cup.
Now we have to focus on CHAN.
We have to focus now on CHAN.
But I've seen,
and he needs to also, the coach now needs to move around the whole country, yes, to now pick talents. Yes. He needs to be watching more games.
Yes.
Kisumu, Mombasa, everywhere, yes, to pick talents. And also in schools, yeah, where they have their games now about to start.
Yes.
To pick very good talents to feed Harambee Stars. Harambee Stars must have a feeding programs. That's why I was saying development of football starts where? In schools. So that we have a conveyor belt to sort out under 10, 18, 23, up to the national team. Yeah.
Exactly. And when you talk about now the state of stadia, we saw about 2 weeks ago when Honorable Eliud Owalo was appointed the Gor Mahia deputy patron. He promised that he's going to, one, ensure that Gor Mahia builds a 60,000 capacity stadium. After 2-3 days, they were in Machakos area, Lukenya, just next to Daystar University. They've gotten a vast piece of land over there, and they want to build a stadium over there. Alila, you've been in football administration and you are a football stakeholder. Is it possible for a Kenyan Premier League club to build a 60,000 capacity stadium here in Kenya?
All I'm saying is on the issues of playing surfaces, it's a shame for Gor Mahia and AFC not to have playing surfaces. That's why I want to thank Nairobi Governor. I think he has gone ahead to allocate a city stadium to AFC, and he should do the same to let Gor have a training and a stadium at Woodley Stadium. That he must do, because right now I see him hanging around with ODM people. So that's what he needs to do to make sure that all these teams, the big top teams, have stadia.
Yes.
We had an issue where they've been allocated land in Kasarani, but nobody knows the fate. Two big teams cannot be able not to have playing surfaces. It's a big shame. So now that Gor is domiciled here, issue of stadium, having a stadium in Machakos, those are pipe dream. It's good to dream like that. But we need to start with what we can get now.
But the patron is saying the ground is there. The patron said the ground is there.
The money, where is the money? Gor, the way it is, I think they need to first organize the way Gor setup is. That's why I keep on saying that these teams, Gor Mahia and FC, must have a corporate veil, you know.
Yes.
They must be limited companies.
Yes.
And they must have shareholders that come with value, so that sponsors can now be attracted to them. Because the way they are formed now, it's very hard to get sponsorship. But dreaming to have a stadium is a good thing. But let's have what is there, that the governor can now allocate. They are now renovating Woodley Stadium. That stadium should go to Gor Mahia, the way he has allocated one to AFC. So he must do that. There is no two way about it.
So right now you are challenging the management for both FC Leopards and Gor Mahia to ensure that, one, they...
And we're also saying that even the club officials, even the chairman for both Gor and AFC and also other leagues, we should not be just be there to win the leagues. We need also to go to the Champions League. You should not be a chairman, just your main TOR is to win the league, to win the Premier League. Then after that, we want to see these two teams, Gor, Police and AFC, playing in continental matches and also winning. The league has got no oomph. It's just same stuff.
Yes.
So we urge them now to, with the federation now there, they need to now have these top clubs running on their own. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
We are still in studio with Mr. Tom Alila, 2024 FKF presidential candidate. He's been talking about the state of Kenyan football, and we've covered everything less for the development of women football. Mr. Alila, you had a vast manifesto concerning the development of women football, and then looking at now how the junior starlets really played, the Kenya under-17 being beaten at home by Cameroon, going over to Yaoundé, and also not being able to do a back-to-back in the World Cup qualification. You have to give it to Mildred Cheche for the job she has done, and then of course the development of women football in Kenya.
Yeah, Mildred Cheche is a very good coach, and I congratulate her for staying with the Stars. She's very technical, she understands the girls, and you know, we started this program for women football right from 2013, when I was elected as NEC member of Nyanza, and it was being spearheaded by both Sam Nyamwe and Doris Petra. I think she did a very good job to prop the women team, and as I said, even this women team that was playing in World Cup came from schools. They didn't come from any leagues. So it shows where development of football should be going. They have done very well, and it's unfortunate they lost out, but now they need to rebuild. They have a good future. The girls are really good, and they're very good. They're very good at playing football. And they're really good.
Exactly.
Yeah, the coach is also very good, Cheche. Yes. I think she should be given more time to concentrate on the development of the programs that they're going to have this year or the coming year, which also FIFA supports women football. Yes. It's very big in FIFA.
Exactly.
So they've done well. And we are urging the president of FKF now. As I said, he has the goodwill. The government listens to him. He has a good team. They need to be now together. Football politics is over. All of us are now behind him to succeed. And when he needs technical support, we are ready to give. But as I see, Kenya is in big trajectory with a big tournament coming in this country. We should be able to do very well. Yes. And so we're also asking sponsors. You can see even Zoya, they are struggling to pay even the players. Yes. I think the federation now needs to come out and try and seek sponsorship. This can only be done when the leagues are supposed to be on their own, autonomously, which means that the rights belong to FKF, but they can now give it to the clubs so that they can attract more sponsors to sort them out. Even this issue of match fixing, if the leagues are running independently on their own, you can be able to pinpoint where the problem is coming from. Yes. Players' remuneration, players' development, coaching and all that. The top tier league should be managing itself so that FKF detach, but supervises, since they own those leagues. They're the owners of the leagues. So it's too much to judge the federation. It's too early to start judging the federation. We need to give them more time and they get on the rail to make sure that they be able to do administration of football in the right way. Kenya is very big, 52 million. Tanzania just started the other day in 2013. Now they're above us. Their leagues are much more higher, more technical. And even if you ask them to come and play a friendly match, they will not agree. So we need to build. They have time to build the football administration in this country.
Exactly. And as we finish, Mr. Lila, tomorrow is a big day in the Kenyan football fraternity. The Gor Mahia fans believe they have 3 points in Gusii. Shabana fans believe they have 3 points, playing the reigning champions and narrowing the gap. What will be your message to both sides of the teams as we finish going to this game? Whether you win, whether you lose, we are building football and we shouldn't see some ugly scenes from Gusii tomorrow. Yeah,
since the capacity of Gusii Stadium is 5,000, I think they need to, as I said in the pre-match tomorrow, security issues should be looked into, and the players should play. We expect a very good game. Shabana has got very big following as Gor, but we urge the fans to be peaceful so that they can watch a good match. We are expecting both. Right now we are supporting both. But Gor Mahia should strive to get those 3 points so that they can go on the top of the league. But we wish to have a peaceful match tomorrow. They've been heated politics on that side. Those they should now put aside. The fans should be peaceful. And if you don't have a ticket, you don't need to go there.
Exactly.
Really, you need to stay off. Those who have tickets for that match should be able to go in so that we can have a very, very good match.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tom Alila. Always an honor for you to come on the show and talk about the game you love most of football. We've been with Mr. Tom Alila, who was the 2024 FKF presidential candidate. He is an individual who once was a NEC member in Nyanza, and right now he is talking about football and everything to just ensure that Kenyan football gets to a whole new level. He has asked anyone who will be at Gusii tomorrow, just watch football and accept the result. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Chris Migwambo. We do this again another time. Have a good night.